What's up, everybody? Welcome to 3D Rivals, your first line of defense against stupid movies. My name is DJ, and as always, I'm joined by my co-host, my sister, what's your name? Daniela, and my brother, Derek.
What's up?
And this week, we're a week late, but we're going to be talking about Blue Beetle, the most recent movie that has come out in the DC. I'll put it that way. The most recent DC movie.
Elseworld.
Oh, DC Elseworlds.
Yes.
Okay.
What?
Yeah, I forgot.
What's the Elseworld?
Elseworld. So it's like any project that was scheduled to come out, including TV shows that are currently airing. They are called Elseworld.
It's basically projects. If it's not a part of the universe, it's an Elseworld.
Because the universe he's doing is movies and TV shows. The actors would be connected. It would be the same actors.
So you're saying it's not part of James Gunn's universe?
Correct.
No. Yeah.
We don't need a name for that.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, we really did.
Well, he probably did that because they're probably going to come out with another Joker and all that stuff still, even though he's starting his universe.
Yeah, there is
like the Robert Pattinson Batman is likely to have another movie.
Yes, it is.
I still don't.
And there's another Aquaman movie.
I still don't need a name for that. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm smart enough to know that this Batman movie is just Batman. I don't need to know this is in the Elseworld universe. That don't even make no sense because Joker and Batman not even connected. So is the Joker movie in the Elseworld universe?
It's Elseworlds, so plural.
Yeah. So there's more than one.
More than one Elseworld.
Earth 312.
What? We didn't give it an Earth. Tell me they didn't name the Earth.
No, I don't. No, I just made that up.
Okay. Anyhow, Blue Beetle.
Yes.
So this movie came out. I'll give basically what the story was. So you have Jaime Reyes, who is a kid, just graduated college. And he needs to find a job, runs into, I forget her. Is it Victoria? No.
That's the
Jenny.
Jenny is the girl.
Okay, so he runs into Jenny Cord.
Which is Victoria's niece.
Yes. And she gives him the Blue Beetle. The Blue Beetle is an alien thing that gives him powers, and then the rest of the movie ensues where he has to try and save Cord Industries, basically, right?
Mm.
Well, stop. Okay, Cord Industries trying to kill his family, and he has to save his family.
There we go.
All right, that's better.
Yes.
Okay, that's the movie.
Yes.
Okay. So, if I were to go over just the general things about the movie, acting, I would say it's okay.
The main person, is his name Zolo? I'm sorry, I do not know how to pronounce his first name.
I don't know, because I'm thinking the last person, like famous person Zolo that I knew with like an XO at the beginning was like Xochitl Gomez.
Okay.
Which was in Doctor Strange, I think. And so I guess it would be Zolo, right? Okay. If we're going with the same rules, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
maybe.
I don't know. So I'm just not gonna say it because I don't want to say it wrong.
We'll just say Jaime Reyes, and then once we figure out how it's pronounced, maybe in the future we'll pronounce it correctly. Yes. It's better than butchering his name.
I mean, yeah, and I'm sorry for being that dumb American, but I'm that dumb American with this.
And he's known for Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai that I've never seen nor have any interest of ever.
Yeah, watching. I haven't watched that.
Is a TV show that is the continuation of Karate Kid.
Yeah.
Not interested. Don't care.
Yeah, I knew it. I knew that. Yeah.
People love that show.
Do not care.
It's like one of the top all-time shows.
Maybe one of these days I'll check it out. I don't know.
I keep saying that I want to, but it's just like, what ruined it for me was going back and watching Karate Kid. And you know how we did Alien. And we was like, okay, it still lived up to...
Still pretty good.
Yeah. I rewatched Karate Kid and I was like, this is stupid. And I know we lost a whole lot of fans from me saying that.
I don't think we did.
Anyway.
I don't think
there's a lot of diehard Daniel-san fans. and Mr. Miyagi.
All right, so he was known from that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think the acting all around. I think it bordered overacting at some points.
There were points,
but it was still fine. I felt like basically the movie still had like a heartfelt.
It wasn't horrible.
Yeah,
I feel
and
like
it wasn't bad.
The overacting to me in this instance was like okay.
Yeah.
Because in this case, it added to it. Now we're just talking about acting in general. Okay.
Mid?
Yeah. I wanted to say mid, yes. Yeah. It's just nothing spectacular or blew me out the water. But, nothing that says, like, I never want to see that person again.
Yeah.
It was fine.
Yeah, it was fine. I had no problem.
We have definitely seen movies with bad acting recently, so.
Yeah. I mean, and this wasn't it. But just, nothing, no performance was spectacular.
Yeah. So, and now I would say that's across the board. If we talk about music, I would say forgettable. I don't know anything about the music in this. It was just not.
Yeah, nothing.
There.
Nothing. I just kind of feels like just kind of the whole vibe of the movie. It's just like it's cool. Could have been better.
Yeah.
Well, when the Scarab took over him, that's the only music I remember hearing.
What song did I play?
Yeah, I was like, I still don't remember it.
I don't know what the song was. I think it was like a movie score.
It most likely would have been.
Oh, like his own Blue Beetle theme?
Yeah.
He got does Blue Beetle have a theme?
I mean, I would imagine they made a theme for him.
Yeah. I want to assume and say yes.
You can't just have, it's like Iron Man not having a theme in his movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just like growing up watching Iron Man is like, oh, Iron Man has a theme.
And no, there's no like Blue Beetle.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Is this like the first Blue Beetle anything ever?
Outside of cartoons, yes.
Oh, well, yeah, I was gonna say he's been in cartoons.
I mean, like he's the title character.
Oh no, I don't think I've ever seen a Blue Beetle.
No, this is the first.
But then honestly, I wouldn't want to.
Well, you know what? I wouldn't say that. After watching,
you will watch a Blue Beetle cartoon.
No, after watching the movie, I was like, the character seems interesting to me.
Yeah.
Like the power set and everything. I feel like there could be
he needs to be
a really good movie made out of it
with just him.
Yeah, it seems like you don't think it seems like an interesting power set? Like I feel like it is an interesting character.
Who would he fight?
I have no idea.
The concept,
he's like Iron Man in Green Lantern light, you know.
I agree that the concept itself is fine. Mm-hmm. I don't think I ever want to see him by him lonesome again. I just don't think Blue Beetle, the concept is cool. I just think Blue Beetle as a character is usually better with Batman.
That with Daniela on that, but my thinking was, I was like, man, it would be cool to see him more in the Justice Leagues, cartoons and cartoon
He's
movies.
He's in Young Justice, isn't he?
I don't know.
There was a story arc they said where he's in 5 or 6 episodes, but that was it.
I know that to me it has to be Young Justice because I think that's the only place I know him from.
Probably, but he's not
I will say this as a person who has never watched an entire season of Young Justice.
I would say this. I would hope that DC going forward with their main universe do more stuff with characters like this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I felt like it feels like if I'm comparing this to the rest of the DC properties, this story felt refreshing compared to them.
Yes.
You know?
Because it was different.
It was different.
Yes, it is different enough. He is different. Well, one, he's not a moody character, which helps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is more lighthearted, which DC doesn't have enough of.
Yeah.
Right.
So I do agree that he's a different, fresh character. I still don't think I want to see him by himself again.
No Blue Beetle too.
Yeah,
by his lonesome.
I agree with that.
Because is he going to fight another Blue Beetle?
Yeah, that's true. I was like, do we do this in all our... Can we stop doing this in our superhero movies? And the superhero fights himself, basically?
Yeah.
Because that's the same thing here. They basically Horde Industries made their own Beetle. And
Yeah.
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 Marvel
I I think what the issue is, and I feel like this is what makes Batman and Superman popular, is that majority of their villain canon is not like them.
It's also what makes Spider-Man popular.
Yes, also
because he doesn't fight another Spider-Man.
Right.
And usually his villain's stronger than
right.
his.
But everyone else, their villain is basically a copy of themselves.
Yeah, you got going through the Marvel movies, Iron Man fought himself in the first movie, right? It was another Iron Man suit. Hulk fought another Hulk being.
Yes.
The Red Skull is also a super soldier, same as Captain America. I guess Thor didn't fight himself.
No, he didn't.
Okay,
but
fine.
Black Panther fought Killmonger.
Yeah, who had the heart-shaped herb stuff, and so another Black Panther. It's always the same. You fight. They fight
Ant-Man in Yellow Jacket.
Yeah,
which is a problem with all superhero movies, and a problem with this movie because especially this movie, the third act was weak.
Third act was very weak. Yeah,
it was weak, and I don't know. Did they not know how to end it? I don't know what was happening, but I didn't like it. And then it was another CGI battle, which we get all the time, and we don't need that all the time. Yeah. And with DC's shaky CGI still, I don't understand why they can't get this right. So yeah, it's just that on top of that. So that's another thing. Like I don't want to see another alien thingy attached itself to some because mid-credit scenes Ted Kord is not dead. No surprise.
I was like, why was there a mid-credit scene? Why? I should have just cut that because they're not coming out with a Blue Beetle 2. No matter how this thing could have made tons of money, it wasn't going to be a Blue Beetle 2.
Well, that's the thing. And then James Gunn is Blue Beetle's a part of the thing, but I think it's they'll keep that kid's name.
Jaime, the same actor.
They will keep the same actor, but it's not going to be that same. Honestly, I think everyone will stay the same, but it won't be the same universe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what they kind of explain with the Flash. The whole thing they did at the end of Flash with Aquaman was to say we might keep some same actors and it doesn't matter. It's going to be a different
That's
role.
That's kind of what I felt like James Gunn was saying, which is
because I'm hearing rumors with Wonder Woman that it's still gonna be her.
I don't care.
If she's smart, she'll leave.
She should.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not that she'll have problems getting another franchise.
I mean, she was just in a movie that was released a couple of weeks ago or last week.
Didn't get released on Netflix. That don't count.
You still get paid.
Oh, okay.
Well, sort of. Maybe you got paid. I don't know about the writers.
Yeah.
Right.
So, yeah, I don't.
Speaking of writers, let's talk about writing.
The plot is dumb.
The plot is pretty dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Very.
Like I said, it was definitely more of a heartfelt movie, but not like a.
Here's the thing. I think the family dynamics makes this movie.
Yeah.
Everything with his family, solid.
That's true. Yeah.
The characters were likable, even though they were over the top. It's I got it. I understood it. I liked his family an awful lot. The villains in this movie, super weak, just flat, boring, uninteresting.
Yeah, it meant nothing. And then they even tried to make make the villain sympathetic at the very end.
Yeah, just too little, too late. And then I'm just I didn't need it.
Didn't care at that point.
Didn't care at that point. But my thing is, would I have cared in the beginning? What was his name? Korvac or something?
Something like that. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Korvac.
I'm so now I should feel for this guy? Don't.
Yeah. I mean, I guess he turned around at the end, but we didn't really care.
I didn't care. It was just I felt like it was just completely thrown in. So now you're giving this guy motivation because he had zero motivation before.
No, he didn't. I was wondering when she was in the beginning of the movie, Veronica Court, Victoria Court, excuse me, starts with a V, one of those. She talked to him a certain way, and I'm like.
Yeah,
why is he following her? I had no idea why. And even still, she didn't have anything over him. I guess to make him better.
I guess she was kind of saying he owed her loyalty.
But after the whole memory thing, it was no, she destroys your life.
But he doesn't remember that though.
Okay.
It was...
Like we said, it was weak. Also, the writers get a thumbs down for one. This whole story beat has been done way too many times with the whole your love for your friends and family makes you weak, and then it's like, no, that actually makes me strong.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not mad if you put that story beat in a movie. It's always going to be the people around you make you stronger. Fine, but when you make it so glaringly obvious, and then you get a thumbs down for actually putting the words in the movie.
Yeah.
Your family makes you weak. No, they make me strong. You actually put those lines in the movie. Thumbs down for that. Come on, like, say it without saying it. Like, and then it's tired anyway.
Well, just be saying, like, the whole third act, right? It's like, oh, he's getting beat up, but he's not gonna lose this fight. And now he's like, no, my family is my motivation. And now all of a sudden he can come back from getting his butt kicked. And then come back and now all of a sudden win this fight. Hey, man, they do it every single time. That's like
anime 101 though.
It is. It is.
It's like you broke all their limbs. And all of a sudden they get a second wind, quote unquote.
Yeah.
And it's like
little does he know.
Yeah, so it's been done to death. I don't know what else you can do, but just be different.
Yeah. Yeah. So overall I'd say the writing in the movie was
cliche-ish,
subpar, maybe not subpar.
If that's the
mid, I'm gonna say it's mid.
Yeah, I guess you could say it was just a giant cliche.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like nothing. Everything was predictable.
Honestly,
definitely predictable.
If we would have just had a whole cut out all of the villains and just had a whole movie with him getting his power and interacting with his family, that's a better movie.
Fun, yeah. He's got to fight a villain.
I don't know. I just think it would have been funner.
I think Daniela has a point.
Veronica, just her motivation weak. And I guess they were just making her evil to be evil. Was I supposed to dislike her so much? And
yeah. What was the point? So she was going to make an army?
Yeah.
But why?
Yeah.
There's always an army.
Well,
always.
Here's the thing. Is this not Ant-Man? Because one, his little army thing looked exactly like Yellow Jacket.
It kind of did look like Yellow Jacket.
It did.
Huh.
And so now we just have an army of Yellow Jackets?
Well, but see, it's different with Ant-Man. He was selling this to people, no matter who they were, right? Which was the issue. Well, one, I don't even think you want the U.S. government having it. But then, he was selling it to Hydra, selling it to whatever, which is, okay, yeah, big problem. She was doing what? Was she selling this? It didn't seem like it. She just had it because she was going to make a Cord Industries police.
No, I guess she was selling it to the government. What else she gonna do?
Okay. They did have that one scene with a senator or somebody or general. I don't know, somebody.
Yeah, some sort of demonstration for people.
Okay. All right, so she was going to sell it to the U.S. government.
Yeah, that was at the beginning when Jaime and his sister, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right, I guess. So money was still the motivation there.
Money's always that. When is it not?
Well, I mean, yeah.
That's the motivation in real life.
True.
Seems like a horrible idea, though.
Yeah, yes. It's just the whole concept of it is just dumb. Yeah. So then that, and then, how you guys feel about his suit? I wasn't a fan.
It looked, you could tell when he was wearing the rubber suit at some point.
It was a practical suit, which I prefer that. Just, I don't know. I just thought it could look better.
I didn't like the AI voice.
You did?
I didn't.
I didn't like the heads-up display in his suit.
Yeah, I mean, but it was supposed to look alien.
It didn't, though. It looked weird. 1990-ish.
1990.
I didn't think much of a suit. I mean,
I think it's fine.
I didn't like it.
Isn't that how the Blue Beetle looks?
That's how I took it as.
Yeah, but I just wanted it to look better. Look like that, but better.
I'm gonna need you to describe better. I don't know.
I didn't like it. I don't know how to describe.
The suit didn't throw me off. I'll say
I didn't say it though. I'm
not
didn't
praising
like
in the suit, but it was a superhero suit.
Oh, okay. All right. I mean, I could be in a minority here.
It looks better than the Flash's suit.
Well, yes. I give you that.
So,
a small tidbit about the OMAC.
What the heck is the OMAC?
That was the fake Blue Beetles. The OMAC. That's what it was called.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The programming for that's what Batman used to make Brother Eye.
Is that in the comics or something?
Mm-hmm. That's how.
Oh, Batman... so OMAC is real? I thought they made it up.
No, it's real. That's what Batman uses to basically spy on everybody and figure out what their weakness is and how to kill everybody.
Yeah, Batman, you don't see the ethical implications of this.
You think Batman cares?
Oh, okay, sorry.
Well, what made it bad is because in the storyline in the comic book, it turned against Batman, and now it knows how to kill all the heroes.
And everybody mad at Batman.
Yes.
That sounds like something that happens a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, so when they mentioned it in the movie, that's what made me like, oh, I remember seeing this.
To be honest, you need these DC needs to do these kind of storylines, right? Like what you just mentioned.
You see, exactly that. Now that's interesting.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess technically that's Age of Ultron, but
still,
though,
it's Age of Ultron.
Yeah. And it's more of it's not like it won't be like a physical robot or anything like that. Yeah, I mean, but it is like their version. But
but what I'm gonna say is Marvel and DC copy off each other so much, right?
Yeah, they do.
Everyone's like, "This is DC's version of this."
Yeah,
I don't care if you make a compelling story and movie about it. I'm fine.
Then it doesn't matter.
If it's that version of it.
They even copy heroes and villains. So, I mean,
yeah, so.
Blatantly. And one can't say the other. They both have copied each other.
Yeah. So like if you said like we want them to be different. That is a way to be different.
Speaking of copying Marvel, I feel like there was, and if it wasn't for them giving up on their universe and making a whole new one, there would have been an opportunity with this movie. Now, I feel like this movie could have been the Guardians of the Galaxy of the DC universe, right? Like you come out with Batman, Flash, Superman, Wonder Woman, all that, and then you have Blue Beetle out, and people are like, who's Blue Beetle?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just same way we were like, who is the Guardians of the Galaxy, right? Mm-hmm. Like, and this movie didn't reach that level. But if it was done very well, this could have been that movie for DC where it was like, wow, this was really good. It was an unknown character. And then you solidify your fan base right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think the problem of why this movie can't and didn't reach that level is there's a lot of factors. One, when Guardians of the Galaxy came out, Marvel was on a high.
Yeah.
They had a lot of like, oh, I like this movie and that movie and that movie. So it's like you were more willing to see a movie, except for me, about characters you didn't know.
I wasn't even going to go see Guardians of the Galaxy because I didn't know who they were.
Right.
But after that first week, so many people talked about how good the movie was. I was like, okay, I'd check it out.
Right. So you have more people willing to check it out because Marvel was coming off a series of good movies.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you have that. DC has had a horrible track record since just about the very beginning.
Yeah.
So you're already down on DC with that. Marketing for this film, not great.
Nope. True.
The trailer I saw, I was just like, don't want to see this.
No, it didn't.
It was the very last trailer, like the week of the movie that came out, where I was like, this was the trailer that they should have shown first.
Yeah. So like the trailer they did doesn't make you want to see it. Doesn't want to even make you want to give it the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
So
and it doesn't help that months ago with James Gunn coming out and saying like, hey, these movies are still going to come out, but I'm not using these movies for...
That is a bad marketing.
Very bad.
Exactly. Because now, why do I even want to see it? This movie means nothing. It's already a character I know nothing about.
Yeah.
Filled with people I've never heard of.
Yes.
And now you're telling me that
it's a one-off.
It means nothing.
Yeah.
Why would I go see this movie? Which really does this movie... Like, it's far from great. It's not a perfect movie. It has a lot of issues with it. But... it deserves better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I actually think it would have made more money if they didn't do that. If they didn't announce this whole new DC universe and stuff. Yeah, it would have made more money.
Yeah.
But now it means nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. Because even like with our movies that came out in the early 2000s, and lack of for a bad example, but like Daredevil. Like if it would have succeeded, it would have been a second movie.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like... it came out and it's just like, all right, I'll check it out. But what if someone came out and be like, hey, we're going to have a connecting world of superhero movies, but this Daredevil movie that's coming out has nothing to do with the rest of these movies. Then people are going to be like,
well, why am I going
to go see this then?
Yeah. I mean, that's the way it goes. I mean, that's the downside of you doing a universe. If you're going to do a universe,
then they all like either do the universe
you have to do it
or don't.
Or don't do it.
Yeah. Like we were fine without a universe. You said, hey, we're going to give you a universe. Now I want it to all make sense.
Yeah.
That's
And so it was like now basically everybody is just sitting and waiting.
Yeah.
It's just like, okay, we're waiting for this project to take off.
Yeah, and also I think people don't expect the movies before then to be any good anyway.
Well, when they're all bad.
Right.
Right, I came in with very low expectations.
Yeah, I didn't have high expectations for it.
No, and I was like, oh, it was better than I thought.
Absolutely.
So
no, it doesn't have bad scores. I looked them up.
No, I think is it
like
certified
80,
fresh?
Yeah, 80% or something. 81.
I can agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It has a made budget.
Not surprising.
Not surprising, no. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Any other points we want to bring out about the movie without going into like nitpicks or anything?
No, I think those were my general thoughts.
Yeah, I don't think we missed a point.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then, any random movie facts?
There's a few, not a super ton. Now, the first one, I don't know if it's true or not.
Okay.
But it sounds like it could be true. That this was just going to be released on HBO Max, and then they decided to give it a.
Oh wow.
I'm kind of glad they didn't. You know what?
See, I'm going like I kind of wish they would have.
Really?
I get what you're saying with the level of movie that it is. Like maybe it's an HBO Max release only.
Yeah.
But then I don't know. I don't want to give them the side treatment.
That is true. Like that's a good point.
Releasing in theaters. Go ahead and release in theaters. And look, this is coming from me, and I was not the person that was like, with all the hoopla over movies coming out on streaming. But I don't know. There's no reason to just have this be a streaming only movie, especially with the work that was put into it.
Well, I'm just saying that I'm making streaming only, not quality is what I'm saying, just because since it has no meaning. And I feel like you already know that everyone's not going to be excited to see this movie.
Yeah.
Like, I think the movie, like, sometimes things on streaming service can gain a boost. Right? Because more people will be willing to see it. It's like, oh, let me watch this Blue Beetle movie. Mm-hmm. Then if it turns out people really like it and it's good, you can still get the same amount of, I don't know what word I'm thinking of, by it being on HBO than having lackluster marketing for the movie.
Yeah. Well, think about, like, with us growing up, with movies being released on VHS and DVD. Like, there were a number of movies that when it came out on DVD and VHS, like, it took off. Number one movie, The Matrix. Like, and it made that much movie. Yeah, and it made that much money in the theaters, but
there are a few movies that came out on streaming, like after it hit streaming, and then
just became super popular.
Yeah.
Scandal, the TV show, became super popular after that first season dropped on Netflix.
Yeah.
Right? Dropped, and then everyone was like, wait, what is this show?
Right.
There was a few
and it was already coming on Channel 5. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
There's a few shows like that.
You, I believe, was another one.
Yeah.
That was a Lifetime show, so I understand.
I definitely wouldn't.
I would have never.
I skipped Lifetime like new.
Yeah, I would never have watched it.
I thought it was a Netflix show.
I mean, it is now.
It is. Well, that's what it was. See, it was season 1 was Lifetime, and it wasn't even going to be a season 2. But since it picked up so much steam off of Netflix, they was like, they're demanding a season 2.
Do it, yeah.
And Netflix picked it up, but yeah.
I think the studios need to start recognizing something, and we've seen it this year. Like, the landscape of movies has changed. People aren't just going to see movies anymore. Like, it used to be like, people will go to a theater and see what's there and then watch a movie, right? I don't think people are doing that.
Well, one, movies are expensive.
Yeah. Movies are expensive.
And you can tell because what has happened, like there's a lot of blockbuster quote unquote movies that didn't make their money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but they also weren't that good either.
That's what I'm saying. People aren't just going to watch anything. Like what our biggest weekend was Barbie and Oppenheimer, which that made money because the people wanted to go see those movies. But you had Pixar movies that didn't make money. Like when does that happen? Like, what was it? Elemental?
Yeah.
That didn't make money. A lot of the other blockbusters, Flash didn't. There were a lot of movies we saw. I can't think of the names of them now, but
yeah. What I guess you're saying is like people are pickier, on what they're going to go see. Like if I'm gonna leave my house, make it worthwhile.
Mm-hmm. Now I will say that's where streaming is hurting the movie theater industry, because like you said, it's expensive to go to the movie, and I don't want to spend that much money, just for an okay movie.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's just like, well, okay, I'm paying $12.99 a month, and I can watch a bunch of things. And if I don't like it, I can stop it and watch something else.
And watch something else that I
watch
do
something
like.
else.
Yeah.
And he was like, if you think about it, back in the day, even though DVDs costed more on the initial release, but the movies were cheaper.
Yeah.
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 It's just one. I think
money.
I think they fall into trouble like, oh, we'll just go see anything. Like you think of movies like Fast X or whatever, just stupid.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm not gonna spend my time watching something that dumb.
Yeah.
So yeah, like you have to give me a reason to come out here and spend my $13-15, and that's here. We live in a cheap area. It's probably a whole lot more in California and New York.
I bet. Yeah.
So give me a reason to leave the house. And you figure Barbie made money, even though I didn't think it was a good movie, because it was different.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times we're just not getting that. And a lot of movies I've seen this year, the majority of them I didn't really like.
I have to say, like last year, I enjoyed the movies we watched last year way more than this year.
Yeah.
Like this year.
Yeah. And I think, a lot of people are taking the fans for granted. Mm-hmm. That you're not just going to throw crap at us. So it's like people's like wondering, is this superhero fatigue? And I'm like, yes and no. And it's fatigue because you keep throwing random crap at me thinking I'm going to go see it and like it simply because it's Batman. And that's not true. Like, just because he's dressed in a sparkly suit, I still want it to be a good movie.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's why I'm like, I don't think superheroes fatigue. I don't think it has to do with it being a super fatigue. Yeah, basically make it a good movie.
Yeah, it's overall movie fatigue. Like it hasn't been anything worth like jumping out and I can't wait to see this.
Yeah, like I'm glad.
Like when we do our year-end review.
Remind me of the movies I've seen this year.
That's what I'm saying. Like I can barely think of them.
What did I see this year? Like I want to see a movie where it's just like after watching it, I want to watch it again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think I really had that this year.
No, I did. Like I see movies where it's like after I slept on, I'm like, oh, okay, I guess that was a good movie.
Yeah. Like I didn't mind Mission Impossible.
I was like the only movie that came to my mind was Mission Impossible,
and I had to sleep on Mission Impossible. I was like, oh, okay. I enjoy that. But if I got to think about whether or not I enjoyed it or not. Yeah, so I don't know. So yeah, that was that. We already talked about whether or not this was part of the universe. But what's his face will still be Blue Beetle. And then in case you were wondering, Palmyra City. Am I pronouncing that right? Whatever.
Probably. I don't know.
In the comics, it takes place in Texas. I don't know about you guys, but I was trying to figure out where they were.
I thought about it once, and then I just kind of...
It was really... It was,
I didn't really think about it.
So this is in Texas?
In the comics. I don't know if that's true for the movies, but in the comics, it's in Texas.
Where in Texas? Houston?
I don't know. Were they by water? So Houston?
I guess.
Sure. I don't know. Texas is a big state. Texas. It's a made-up city in Texas. There you go.
Well, every city in D.C. is made up.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Star City, right. Central City. Gotham, Metropolis.
They're like analogs of real cities.
Interesting. Okay.
That's why I never figure out. I used to watch the CW shows and you'd be like, Flash, I ran all the way to Central City and I'm like, I don't know how far that is.
You know what?
Yes,
I agree.
They really don't give you a set description of where in the United States it is.
Show me a map because Metropolis is in Kansas, but then
no, Metropolis isn't. It's supposed to be.
I'm sorry, he's from Smallville,
yeah,
which is Kansas, right? Okay, that's right. That's what I was gonna say. Yeah. How close is Gotham and Metropolis? Because sometimes they act like it's a hop in the bay.
They're right next to each other. But
then you see, Batman flew to freaking Metropolis, and I'm like, aren't y'all next door?
That's true. He did fly there.
So that's what throws me off.
Because they're both supposed to be New York, right? Isn't Gotham City New York?
Yeah. Gotham is definitely New York.
And Metropolis is New York too.
Yeah.
Which part of New York? The sunny part of New York?
Yeah, the sun never comes up.
The sun comes up.
Was it Staten Island?
Yeah.
Or is it Long Island?
I don't know.
One of the islands. Yeah, so I don't know. I need a map.
Yeah.
DC, do that for me.
On the show Smallville, I felt like Metropolis was a whole lot closer.
It was right next to Smallville.
Yes.
It seemed
like a simple bus drive, an hour away. See, I'm telling you, they're not making any sense. Or maybe it is. Maybe Metropolis is Chicago. That means Gotham can't be
right.
New York.
Okay, right. So then Batman v Superman definitely
that
makes
really don't no sense, right? Because he can see the bat signal from Metropolis.
Look, I'm trying to make it make sense.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think in the DC world, and I'm talking about the comic book world, I don't think they make a accurate description of where these cities are located.
Is Central City Chicago? Maybe Central City.
Maybe Central City is Chicago.
Wait.
Central City is in
California. I'm sorry, not Central. Star City. I think Star City, Chicago. That's with the Flash, right?
Star City is Flash.
Star City is Flash and Arrow, but Arrow is in Star City.
No. Arrow's in Star City. Flash is in Central City.
Yes, Flash is in Central City.
Okay, so I was right the first time. I think Central City, Chicago. No,
I think Central City.
Flash is in Chicago? I think he's in California.
Yeah, I think he's in California.
He's in California.
I think Arrow's in Chicago. That'd make more sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
But then, don't they both work for Star Labs or something?
No.
Star Labs is just Flash. Star
Labs don't show up in Superman?
I mean it's like a major company.
I'm so confused.
I just thought too, DC's got a lot of big corporations.
A lot, I know, right?
Cord Industries, Star Labs,
LexCorp.
So you saying it's not enough room for all of them?
I don't know. Maybe there is. I mean, there are a lot of big corporations.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, okay. You're right. All right.
Wayne Industries.
I mean, Wayne Industries, who owns everything? Amazon.
It's Wayne Industries is Amazon. Oh no,
it's
Jeff Bezos is Batman.
It's Amazon and Microsoft roll into one.
Okay, but what about LexCorp though? Because I feel like
LexCorp
is his direct competition.
It's Apple then.
Goodness gracious.
High price trash.
Now we're losing fans.
It's okay.
Yeah. And then you got Star Labs, which I don't understand how Star Labs have so much money when it's just scientists.
People give them money so they can do things. I guess, I don't know. None of this conversation was not.
We took it way off.
I like how they always explain, because in order for the superheroes to do the way everything they do, they gotta have a bunch of money.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, because you can't do it.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. They don't do it for Spider-Man.
No, they don't.
But Spider-Man's broke.
That's very true. Yeah.
Okay, that was my last random movie facts. I have just a few nitpicks.
Okay.
This super soldier thing, why would anyone let that thing get attached to their spine like that?
Yeah, and they showing how it goes into your
just
nerves and your brain.
Who's agreeing to this?
No, I'm good.
There's always one or two people.
Man, nah, ain't nobody signing up for that. For what? What am I getting out of this?
I'm not signing up. It would have to be an accident like Jaime, because there's no way I'm just gonna put it on.
Yeah, so then I can go fight your war. Get out of here. I ain't doing
There's
that.
always a handful of people that sign up.
There would be people that signed up, though.
Not a lot, but there will be.
Mm-mm. So then once that scarab thing starts lightening up and moving and stuff, you throw that thing away, right? Like, they just, like, oh, it turned on. And I'm like, man, put that thing, just toss it out the window. What we doing?
Yeah. I have a feeling.
Yeah.
Nah.
I have a feeling it was going to attach to him no matter what anyway.
You're right, because it said it chose him, but I would still be more proactive.
Yeah, it was gonna have to catch on to me.
For real.
It was gonna have to catch me.
Yeah. I'm like, not feeling it. Okay. My last nitpick. Unless you guys have other ones. No?
No.
Okay.
I already spoke about the literal writing, the lines in the movie.
That's not a nitpick. That's just something you don't like.
Okay, fine.
Okay, his major was pre-law. Is that a thing? Can you major in pre-law?
Yeah, that's how you get into law school.
You don't have to.
You don't have to.
Okay, but here's what I'm gonna say.
The person I know, they majored in pre-law and then they went to law school.
Getting to my point, was he going to do the law part of that pre-law? Because he did pre-law and then went back home like he's about to go find a job in pre-law.
That's true.
Because
he could be a paralegal.
Then you don't need 4 years of college to be a paralegal.
You don't, but I guess it works better.
That doesn't make any sense. Like, I just feel like he's surprised he ain't got no job. But I'm like, bro, you didn't do the law part of your degree. What jobs are you signing up for?
It's true. Also, he went to Gotham University.
Yeah.
Gotham Law University.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just judging.
But
based off of Gotham, I'm like, is that a good college?
No, hater. Remember, we just said Gotham was New York, so it's probably the equivalent of NYU or Columbia.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I don't understand how he had pre-law but didn't sign up for law school.
Because in DC, a lot of people go to some prestigious school in Gotham or Metropolis.
Yeah. I don't know. It just didn't make any sense.
I don't know if I would choose the school where like Batman is, not because of Batman, just because like
if the city needs Batman, you don't want to be there.
Like, I don't know if I want to be like I'm going to choose to move to that city, right? Not that I've been there, but I'm going to choose to move to Gotham. Seems like a bad idea. Like, I don't know. What if the Joker blows up my car? I'm at a university. This is a good spot for someone to terrorize.
I guess.
Yeah. But no, you're right.
It didn't make any sense. They could have gave him any other degree to make it make sense on why he's struggling.
Give him an engineering degree.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I thought he was gonna be like some sort of computer scientist or something. And it's like he did pre-law but didn't go to law school. It didn't even sound like he was going to go to law school.
No, they didn't mention that. And so I was like, he was done with
if he was about to get a job at Cord Industries.
Right, exactly. The girl's like, yo, meet me in the morning, I'll get you in what? His degree is pre-law.
Pre-law. The pre-law division.
The pre-law department. Not the law department.
Now we getting into territory.
No, because that's like going for a medical degree, but you only did undergrad.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then you expected to.
Right.
Exactly.
Like you don't do your residency.
Like, you could be pre-med, but if you don't go to med school, what's the point?
Yeah.
I mean,
and you got to do your residency.
Well, you can't do that until after you do med school.
Yeah. So, yeah.
I didn't understand. I was like, your major was pre-law.
I feel like someone chose the wrong
They just degree. Like put a major in a hat and it was like pre-law. They could have just said law. Like, why do you add the pre to it? Like, I don't understand.
Yeah, so he had a law degree. Like, maybe he finished law school.
He has part of a law degree.
I was saying they could have taken the pre off of it and made more sense.
He wouldn't be old enough to have a law degree.
Yeah.
They literally could have gave him any other major.
It could have been any other major.
They're going to get him an art degree and be like, yeah, boy, you ain't never going to find a job with an art degree.
Yeah.
I don't know. I had to write that down. I was just like, pre-law.
You are correct. All right.
It was just, I don't know. It was weird to me. Okay, that was my last nitpick.
That was the last nitpick? Okay. Well then, I guess it's time to rate it.
Mm-hmm.
Watch while folding clothes.
Yep.
Yeah.
While I was watching the movie, I was going between like a middle and then a high watch while folding clothes, but it's pretty mid, especially after the third act. I was like,
I think
it's mid for me all the way across.
The villain issues definitely brings this movie down.
Yeah,
for sure. Very blah. I could have did without them.
Yeah. Also, man, so many cliches. The rich person that's like, oh, this life wasn't worth anything. Yeah. You have more with your family. Yes, we know.
Yes.
God. Gee.
How come rich people never have nice families? Is that a thing?
I think it is.
Do one of us need to be super rich to figure this out?
No. No, I think it is a thing. It seems like it.
Wow.
The families seem real trash. I mean, maybe it has to do with like what kind of person you gotta be to be super rich.
I guess. I don't know.
But all right. That's our thoughts on Blue Beetle. What did you think about it? If you saw it, you probably haven't, considering how much money it hasn't made. But put in the comments below and tell us why you didn't see the movie, and make sure you subscribe wherever you're listening, and we will catch you in the next one.